Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna just get into just a chit chat, get ready with me. I'm gonna be doing my makeup. I was going to do just like my regular everyday makeup, but I figured that's kind of not fun. I feel like I wanna like do a throwback to like 2016 YouTube and like actually do like a colorful, expressive type of makeup look. I don't know, we'll see, because it probably won't be that adventurous, who knows. But yeah, I just want to like do my makeup and express my creativity. I think doing makeup for me is very therapeutic, while also like ranting and just discussing some topics that are on my mind. So that's what we'll be getting into. I have my phone here that I will take notes on. Oh, and my light is going off. There we go. So I'm going to pull up a couple notes of things I want to talk about. It's kind of random, but we'll kind of just go with it. So the first thing I want to discuss is, I don't know, getting older and maturing and what that looks like for me. I am in my late 20s, approaching my 30s. And I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if it's just in my head where you feel like this big change is coming, like this next birthday, this next decade. So I don't know if that's just in my head or if that's like society or if it's really something changing in my life. Like, I don't know. I've been feeling kind of weird lately. I feel like at the top of this year, I really prioritized God this year, because I feel like for me personally, I've always loved God and been a Christian, love Jesus, but I feel like there's been, I don't know, times where like you kind of take it serious and you don't take it serious. I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to take it more seriously this time around. Like, I just feel like this year I want to take my walk with God a lot more seriously. And I feel like it's also born out of like, to be honest, a little bit of feeling like, you know, you've tried everything else. And so it's like, okay, let me try God. Like, let me try Jesus, like for real this time, not just like in name, but in actual, like in practice. So I'm like, okay, God, I'm all in. And I feel like I've been noticing just a spiritual like transition of sorts. If you see me waving, it's trying to keep my motion detected mirror like light on. So yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm noticing that a little bit in myself. So I don't know if that's just me getting older or if that's my conscious decision to take my faith more seriously, or maybe a combination of both. So I've just been noticing a shift, and I bring that up because I've noticed a shift in what I enjoy, what I gravitate towards. Like, you know how when you're younger, you like cartoons and candy and all the things that like when you were younger. Like when the Bible says, like when you were a child, you did things as a child, and then as you grow up, you put away the childish things type of thing. I know I'm butchering it, but that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I feel like certain things that used to be fun to me or that I used to like, I'm no longer like interested in. One of those being partying. I don't know, and I don't know if that's just cyclical. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like recently I feel like I've been exiting my party girl era. I feel like, well, one, I feel like I was already kind of a late bloomer of sorts, because in high school and college a little bit, but not even then. It's like during like that high school, college age of like teenage years and early 20s, I was not that into partying and just being out with friends and doing all that kind of stuff. And so I feel like once I graduated from grad school and I, got established with my job and stuff, I felt like I had a little bit more leeway to have fun. I actually had money to like go on trips and, do all that kind of fun stuff. So I feel like that came like in my, I wouldn't even say mid-20s, I would say late 20s, like really 27 through 29 is when I actually started feeling that. And a part of that also was like not even just establishment, but like I personally was going through a hard time for personal reasons. And I kind of had to make the conscious decision to like be happy. Like I can't be sad and depressed all day long. So it kind of evolved into me being full of life, this like party person, and not just parties, but like events, just going out, just being outside, as they say. I just was outside. I have been. So that's been like my life in the last couple years. And I don't know, it was this past February. It was like right as I was starting Lent, and I went to the All-Star weekend, the NBA All-Star weekend, and it was in my hometown, and I was, out and about doing all the things. And I just was like, I literally can remember being in the middle of like a day party saying, okay, yeah, I think I'm done for the rest of this year. Not this year, but at least this season, at least like this quarter, or maybe even like this first half of the year, like this like winter, spring season, like until summer. My birthday's in the summer, so I feel like that to me is like my start of my own personal new year, which is like, I just want to, up until my birthday, I just kind of want to like be low key and just like not be out. It's kind of like boring to me, and it's kind of boring to me. Or it was like, okay, I've done it. Like I get it. It's the same stuff, same old stuff over and over and over again. I don't know. So I'm just kind of like tired of it. I don't know if that's my own personal thing of just getting tired of parties, or not, what is it? My own personal thing of, what's the word? Oh, of getting tired of things easily. If that's my own, like, I'm the type of person, like, I don't like to do the same thing twice. I don't like going to the same place. Like if I've already done it, if I've been to that restaurant, I don't want to go to that restaurant again. Like I want to try something new. I'm like obsessed kind of with trying new things. So I don't know if it's just a part of that where it's just like, okay, I feel like I've done the party thing. Like I've done it. I don't know if that's what it is, or it's something about that. Like I think it may be a combination of just my spiritual journey, getting older, and me just kind of moving on to the next thing and just kind of getting tired of stuff. Where it's just like, I'm not into that anymore. So I don't know. I feel like I might be exiting my party girl era. And people who know me know that this has been a time for me. I have been outside, especially since I've dyed my hair this color. Like this redhead color is like associated with like party Bianca. And it was so fun at the time. I loved it. It was like that whole thing of, when a woman changes her hair, she changes her life, whoop-de-whoop. And I really felt that. Like, and I really, at that time in my life, I really needed a change. And it had been something that I have been wanting to do since forever, dyeing my hair. Yeah, just kind of breaking the mold. So I did it, and it really kind of came with its own life and personality, which I love. Still kind of love, but I wonder if I'm like, if it's like coming to an end. Like if it's like, party girl is kind of dying off, or been there, done that. And it's not to say like, I still can go out, but I feel like I am being more selective about when and where and how, and under what circumstances I go out. who's gonna be there? What do I have going on around this event? Like, is this gonna tire me out the next day if I know I got something to do? Or it's just like, how stressful is it gonna be? Like, I feel like sometimes when I've been in my deep party girl era, I've gone to events where I've been stressed out. Like, oh my gosh, girl, what are we gonna wear? Because I've been to a variety of types of events. Like, some of these are like ticketed events that are like super, there's like a party, but they're a party for a cause. Like, it's kind of like not a gala, but like, it'll be, you know, fancier, like more elevated parties, like adult parties that are still lit and fun and like youthful, like millennial vibe, but you know, it's $100 tickets and there's food and open bar, and it's just like, you know, nice outfits, you know, well put together events. It's not just ratchet stuff. And so while that is very much so my vibe, I also feel like it is stressful. Going to those type of events sometimes are stressful because you're like so worried about like the outfit and logistics and who gonna be there and how much is the ticket and who's DJ and whatever. I don't know why, to me, it shouldn't be stressful. It should be something that is fun and exciting. And it is. It is fun and exciting, but it's also like, if I have to be honest, like, it's a little stressful. And you find yourself spending money, like, kind of unnecessarily. Like, you find yourself always buying a new outfit, and you buying $100 or $200 tickets, and then you gotta pay for drinks or, you know, pregame or transportation and just like being out. We're gonna get food after. Like, it can kind of rack up if you're not careful. I probably should have did a liquid blush underneath this. I'm gonna do that. I'm still gonna do it. Hold on, let me try to brush this blush away. Because I want to do a little, I'll just do a little bit on this cheek since I already started. I'm just go in on this cheek. But yeah, it's just kind of stressful, and it's just kind of like, I won't say not worth it, but you kind of realize you're doing the same things over and over again. Especially like if you go out a lot where you're from. And mind you, there's pros and cons, right, of like being a creature of habit, because I have like a DJ or a party promoter that, you know, I like to go to their events because you know it's a good time. But with that also, it gets redundant. It's like, okay, we did this last month, or we did this last time. And like, for some people, that's fine. I just feel like I'm bored, or I've done it now. Like, I get it. We've done it. We can only listen to the same songs for the most part. We have it's all the same people. We've been rotating to the same venues that we know all around the city. Like, you know, it's just kind of become common and just not as exciting for me lately. In addition to, like, again, that feeling of just spiritually of like, I don't even know if this is my vibe anymore, or I don't know how much longer this is gonna last. But that's not to say that I still won't go out and have a good time. I can do that. It's just now I feel like it's few and far between. It's even more curated than before. It's not just every weekend, and I don't know. And it's okay. Now I feel like I'm okay with missing things. Like, I don't have to be at every single thing. So yeah, that's my thoughts lately of just like, I feel like I'm exiting my party girl era a little bit, but I'm okay with it, because it's kind of like not even a full exit of the party girl era. It's just like, I'm bored. I'm bored and I want to try something new. And I'm like, God, what should I try? You know, like, especially if it's like something that this ain't even all the way glorifying you anyway. Like, okay, let me try something different, because one, I like that. I need to switch it up. And two, it's like, okay, I want to kind of get in the habit of doing things that bring honor and glory to God. And so, I don't know, it's just super weird. It's weird. Not weird, but it's just something I'm noticing, and I'm just like, I'm like taking mental note of it and trying to figure out, okay, what do I do with this information? What kind of events do I want to do? Because I also don't want to be like stuck in the house, or like, I don't know. I still want to have fun too, because I'm the type of person, like, before being a party girl, I feel like I was more of a homebody, and just kind of watched TV and YouTube and movies and stuff, or just kind of did stuff at home or with my significant other, or it just wasn't super outside. I was way more inside. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm swinging a little bit more towards being inside. Also, this is the Jackie Aina palette. Y'all remember this? Shout out to Jackie Aina. But I just wonder, I just don't want to get back to the point where because there was a point where I was inside and it felt bad. Like, it felt like I was yearning to go outside and I wasn't able to go outside. I don't know. I was, but it was like something holding me back. I was just I think I had let being a homebody become a part of my identity. Like, it just was, I didn't know how to go out. Like, I didn't know who to go with, and I was kind of maybe scared to go by myself and whatever. But now I've really exercised that muscle of going out with, even by myself, or just like, and not even just out like to parties, but just to events, networking, just like going outside and having fun. Like, what's going on in the city? What's a new, whether it's a basketball game or a brunch or anything. Like, I feel like I'm way more into that now and know how to do it. So yeah, I think now that I know how to do it, it's like, okay, now I can pick and choose of like when I want to be a homebody and when I want to be outside. But now I think it's just like tailoring it to what's my like new interests. Because if, being outside in the traditional sense of parties and clubs and events is not my steez anymore, what is it? I think I want to try doing things like farmers markets and picnics, and I don't know, maybe it's just because it's springtime and that's kind of like been on my little spring bucket list, but I don't know, I just want to like switch it up. Another thing I want to talk about that has been kind of more and more prevalent for me in these last few years as well are adult friendships. I feel like no one talks about how, well, I feel like, I take that back. I feel like everyone talks about how difficult adult friendships are. But I feel like I have a little bit of a disadvantage because I kind of grew up not valuing friendship that much. And just so I've always had like a small circle, and I don't really make friends easily. Like, I'm very kind of guarded, and I don't know, I just thought that I would always be like that. But I remember like a year or two ago, I have made a goal, like friendships and becoming a better friend and making new friends. I know that became like a major goal for me for the year. And I had kind of started to do that. I feel like I also need to, I don't know, just get back in the practice of like making new friends and having different types of friendships in a variety of friendships. I'll just put it that way. But recently I actually kind of like, I actually went to an event by myself. So it's like, it's funny because it's kind of going hand in hand. I'm saying like, I don't want to like, I want to ease up on going to events and stuff, but at the same time, like with the goal of like friendship, because that's still a goal of mine, it's like, how else do you meet new people besides like going out? So it's a catch-22. I went to an event recently and I met a girl and we kind of hit it off. And so like, and she does content as well. So we kind of like bonded over that. It was a content event. So again, I think that's just an example of what I'm talking about, of just like a different type of friendship, where it's like, okay, this is like my content creator friend or, you know, whatever. So I just want to continue to do more of that, because being single and living alone, I don't know, it's just easy to feel lonely. I'm like, okay, I want to up my friendships, up my friend game, but as well as like just making sure I like reach out to like my existing friends as well, like friends I haven't like checked up on in a while. I think that's important. I need to like watch myself with that. Again, I'm learning. Like I'm learning how to be a good friend. I'm like not that good at it. I mean I am, but I'm bad at like the checking up. I'm not the good check up on you friend. So that's the part I need to get better at. The fallout. The fallout is real. I'm gonna try to just kind of keep it cute. But the fallout is real. But this is pretty. This is, it's like a reddish, brownish, orangish color in the crease, but then like a smoky purple. And it's really cute. I'm liking how it's turning out. This daggone light, it's gonna be the death of me. Friendships are, I don't know, I'm just experiencing difficulties with my adult friendship and just like making new friends as an adult. And I just need to just get better at it. Sorry, I'm putting on eyeliner and I need to kind of like focus and be quiet. I'm gonna like do this and then I'll get back to talking. So I like this eyeliner because it's actually, this is e.l.f. and it's actually a blue eyeliner, and that's what I've been using, and it actually is really complementing this purple eye. And I use it every day, and they say like blue eyeliner, blue mascara and stuff complements brown eyes, so there's that. I think that's cute. And I actually have some blue mascara. I love the Great Lash, like good old like fashion Great Lash. And I have it in black and I have it in blue. And since I want to be like funky, cool, experimental, I'm gonna go in with the blue mascara. So yeah, that's kind of been what's on my mind lately. Just kind of feeling a change in terms of how I go out and like being outside and just like what interests me as I'm growing older and more mature and spiritually mature. And as things just kind of change and you get tired of the same old things. As well as like friendships have just been so interesting for me lately. I'm not too much like concerned about relationships, but it kind of can go into that same bucket of friendships. It's just weird. I'm in this weird space, and I don't know if it's like supposed to be like my isolation season, so to speak, where I'm just, isolated from people for a while and grow closer to God. But I don't know, because I feel like I struggle with isolation, so I just actually don't. I hope God is not isolating me. I actually am in a time where I feel like I'm yearning community and support and friendship and relationships and connectedness. So that's kind of what has been on my heart lately. Okay, so lashes are done. What else do I want to talk about? Another thing I want to talk about, since we got a little time, we're going to do brows and lips, and then spray and we'll be done. And even with these brows, I'm not even about to like go ham. Maybe I am. I don't know. Maybe not. But I feel like another thing that I've been thinking about lately is just like my career and just having some career anxiety and just kind of feeling like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, God. Like, I have gone to school. I don't know, I feel like I've just done everything right, so to speak. But I feel like I'm still at square one. Like I've never had that feeling of just knowing like, yep, this is what I want to do. But I don't know, I have a trouble with just knowingness in general. I think because I felt like that in relationships too, of just like, how do people know that this is the one and this is who you're supposed to marry? Ah! Oh, it didn't fall on the floor, thank God. How do people know if this is your dream job, dream career, like this is what you're supposed to be doing in life? I just feel like that's so, like, good for you. But yeah, I feel like I am not the one who knew what they wanted to be when they grew up. I feel like I had a plan. I was like super type A, like especially like in high school, like president of this club, president of that club. And so like I kind of had a plan, but even in that plan, if I think back on it, I don't know how sure I was, but I was really acting sure. I even convinced myself that, yep, this is what I'm gonna do. ABC, this sounds good. And that's what I was on. But then, you know, life has other plans. In college, I had a whole quarter life crisis. And I ended up going to grad school just to kind of prolong the inevitable of like having to work out in the real world. And now I'm here in adulting and I'm still kind of like, what am I doing? So I don't know. Pray for me on that. That's something that I've been praying about recently. It's just like, what am I doing? All this adulting stuff is so hard. So, but anyway, that's all. Here's the final look. I'm like trying not to be annoyed at how my light is going on and off, but this is a cute little smoky eye, brown lip, glossy lip action. Yeah, those are my thoughts as of now about adulting and changing and maturing and figuring things out. So if you have any advice, please leave it down in the comment section. If you have any thoughts of like, are you feeling this way? Like, let me know so we can like commiserate together. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.